Hello everyone, my name is the Emerald, and today is version 3.6. So the reason I didn't record version 2 is usually because almost all version 2s are just like very bland, very boring. Like usually nothing major changes. There are very rare occurrences where it does happen, but this is not one of those moments. Version 2 just had nothing. It was mainly, I think, like a word change between these two overall, and then like I think one slight like rewording of a icon, I think. I don't remember, but it wasn't that crazy. But today is version 3. Now version 3 matters because this is the patch that always gives like the big like kit changes, right? It changes kit, it changes numbers. This is the one that will make or break. Usually it defines characters. When these changes happen, they most usually stick around unless the character either becomes too weak or is still too strong, and then they will buff and nerf respectively depending on the situation. But as it stands right now, we don't know anything just yet. We do know from the preload yesterday that the icons were barely changed. The only difference was, I think, that Dong Heng's icons were just changed to more accurately fit the current effects. I think that was it. I don't think there was any like major switch arounds. When effects change around like that, it usually means that the kit is being like heavily changed. But considering that neither Evernight wasn't changed and Dong was just edited to be closer towards current effects, there's nothing majorly. I don't think any major kit like reworks. So this is mostly just number changes, right? Those number changes can matter because too low numbers and the unit becomes unrunnable. Too high numbers and the unit becomes one of the best units in the game. Do you remember that Dong Heng is going to be the free unit? Honestly, I'm surprised he's the free unit because he's so good. I shit on him in the first video, right, when in version 1. But after seeing, like, because, like, what I didn't realize was I didn't know that the summon that he does attributes to the character itself. So that means, like, for example, like, let's say, what's it called? You put a summon on like Firefly, and then like the dragon hits into weakness break and like weakness broken enemies with super break. It gets that break effect that Firefly had, so it does really high damage levels. Like for example, like you put on Kafka and she has before the tutorial mission starts, and then they get hit and a defense reduced enemy. It counts toward her energy, so she gets more energy off that. It's incredibly huge. He's a much better character, and the only big problem, I still believe this, is the fact that he has no good light cone. He, outside of his own and the paid battle pass, there's not really a good substitute. That's the biggest problem with the character. That's most likely why they're giving him for free. I guess like the only reason I can think of, it's just that this guy specifically is just, you know, you only really have 2 options. Your other options are trash. Evernight at least has like 1 option, like 1. So there's that. But yeah, let's quickly go over like what these characters do before the patch stuff comes out, because it hasn't come out yet. Let's just pull up both characters. So Evernight is supposed to be the sub DPS for Castaris. She basically is just an easy way of just burning through HP, letting the dragon get it showing up more often. The light cone allows for more damage because of defense ignore. I believe just overall like it just does more damage because of and increasing current damage of all ally members by 40%. The damage received by enemies increases by 20%. Like the damage you increase the crit damage. You increase the damage received from all enemies, which is really big. Where is it? I know, like you get a skill point for allies, which is really nice. It helps because Castaris is skill point friendly, so being able to get another skill point is nice. More crit damage from Emerald Sprites is really good. Overall, it's just really strong. I think she's really strong. I don't think she's like overly busted in a way. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they buffed her. But I think as a support she's good. I think as a standalone character she's really bad. I don't think while she can do okay by herself, you need a lens. You need E2 to really get her going by herself. Without E2, she struggles a little bit. She just struggles a little bit. Dong Heng, on the other hand, is an amazing unit. Okay, I still wholeheartedly believe this. He should not have this low. He should have this high defense and this low attack. They should more or less balance this out. But the reasoning for this, I at least get it now. The reason for it is because his shield is really powerful. It's really powerful. You give him a bunch of attack, and that shield is not going anywhere. It just isn't, right? Now, obviously, if you don't have his light cone or the paid battle pass, the shield's gonna be a little bit weaker. But honestly, I think it's an easy trade-off for what you're doing. The dragon has really good initial speed. It just whenever it takes action, giving it shield is really huge. Do something like debuff on it still is really huge. It's just really good. Increasing the attack of the bomb rate by 50%. So now all attack scalers now just get a free 50%, which is really good. When the bomb uses attack, Dawn getting energy and advancing the soul dragon is really good. That's like, because remember when his ultimate enhances the dragon, so it does the big follow-up attack damage, which is really good. So being able to get this free energy is really nice. It's just a really good unit. And if you go for the E1, remember, because this unit should be the free unit, a free skill point is huge. Just boom. Like, it's good. It's really good. Now, I'm going to say my prediction before I'll just cut the recording back until we get to version 3. I believe that they will nerf Dong Heng. I think he's great as a character, but this is supposed to be the free character. And there's just no chance they let this character go at the way he is. Because one of two things is going to happen from this. Either the enemies are going to start hitting even harder, which they already do, but they're even harder than before to get through the shield, or they lower his shield value, like his attack, the multiplier, one of the, like something. Maybe they give him less attack from this. They may move his attacks like his HP if they're really cringe about it. They'll nerf something. I think they will nerf something on the character. I don't know if Eidolons will change. I highly doubt it. I really do. I mean, all the Eidolons are good, but not like, oh my god, busted great, if you know what I mean. Like, they're all good, though. I think they're all... For Eidolons, I think it's fine. Right? Still following E4 curse of just, not being the great... I'm not saying it's a useless E4, but not like a crazy E4, right? But this is like, I mean, it's better than the other E4s. Does anyone remember the fucking Robin E4? The Robin E4 is funny as shit. So there's that. Evernight, honestly, I don't know what they'll do. I think she needs a buff, right? I do think that, but I don't know if they think she needs a buff. Because in the hands of Casteris, she goes, oh, she's really good with Casteris. Why worry about it, right? The biggest thing is this. The more members characters you have, the more crit damage you get. So will they do something about that? I don't know. Probably not, because 3.7 should be Cyrene, however you want to say it, Alicia, basically. And she should be the last piece of the puzzle for the Casteris team, I assume. It's gonna be Casteris, Evernight, Cyrene, and then Hyacine, and then boom, there's your one of the best teams in the game. I assume. Well, it depends on what Cyrene does, but I assume she's gonna be the best team in the game. She makes the Casteris one of the best teams in the game. Tied with maybe Finon and Saradra. So I want a buff, but I don't know if they will buff her. I really don't. They may make her damage a little lower in favor of more support. They may lower her support in favor of more damage. I really hope they don't go that route, but it's possible. I don't know. I don't really know what they'll do with this character. I want a buff, though. I personally want a buff. I think the character, while is good, I don't think is strong enough to warrant, like, you know, going all in, right? Because if this was the free character, I think she'd be fine. But she's not the free character. So, I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't think they were going to make her free because Evernight is just... Listen. We're all thinking it. Most of us are thinking it. We all think Goth March is bad. Like, and we love it. Alright? We love it. I don't know what they'll do. I know, I can tell you for a fact, I'm like 95% certain they're going to nerf Dong Heng in some way. I don't know how, but they will. Will it be meaningful? Who knows? But I do think they'll nerf him in some way, shape, or form. And then I think Evernight, I want her to get a buff, but I wouldn't be surprised if they nerfed her. But I would love a buff. Alright, so I've been going on for a couple minutes, almost 10 minutes. The changes haven't come out yet, so I'll pause the recording here, and then I'll cut back to when the stuff actually does come out. Okay, so version 3 dropped. We got it on both HomDGK and Hakushin, and I'm looking at the changes. There appears to be, if you look at track updates, there's... Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, no, there we go. Okay. Yeah, there were no changes when I first saw. Alright, so yeah. Alright, we're good now. Alright, we can look. Alright. Again, I think that Dong Heng is going to get nerfed. Evernight to get buffed. It seems like Evernight got a lot of changes. We'll see. Alright. Let's just check this out. First, oh dear God. It completely changed. Increased shield effect by 10%. Increased shield effect provided by the wearer by 12% when an allied target has a shield provided by the wearer. The allied target's crit damage increases by 50%. So it loses the skill point, but it gains much higher shield value. It's much better for Dong Heng. Okay, depends on how you look at it. I think missing out on the skill point kind of sucks, but getting shield effect is not too bad. It's our first ever shield effect relic set, which is pretty cool. All right, this oh my, we almost doubled this number. Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's good. That's really good. All right. All right. This. Nothing changed here. It looks to be there's a flanger. Oh no. It is different. It is different. Okay. So, nothing. Oh yeah, it's right here. Increase the damage dealt by the wearer and the memo sprite by this percentage, and when memo sprite is where it gets energy. Okay, so you lose out on a lot of damage in place of energy. Okay, that's like, all right, sure. Okay, yeah. That's not too bad, I guess. That's not awful. I think getting energy is not too bad. I mean, I don't think it's the greatest thing in the world. This is a pretty big damage loss. You're losing out on what? I think like 18% damage from this, and then from here is 20%. It's pretty high, but getting energy is really nice. Okay, because I just have 2% energy. I'll say it's okay. All right, if this Lycan gets nerfed, we're gonna have severe issues. It actually got stuff increased, so the same thing. When the wearer uses ult, restore HP equal to a percentage of the wearer attack to allies, and addition restores HP equal to a percentage of the wearer attack to the allied character with the lowest HP. Okay, so it just heals. That's good. It just heals more to the lowest ally. Okay, it gets the I think it's the Ling Sha effect, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. There's a character in the game that will heal depending on if the character's low. I mean, Evernight is kind of something like that, where he'll give the shield to the lowest with the lowest health ally on your team. So that's pretty good. Okay, buff to this is nice. This is iffy. I'm okay with it though. This is really nice, I think, for Dong Heng specifically. I think as a support though, it's just gone, which kind of sucks. And then this is just nice. They just double damage. Okay. Oh Lord Almighty, save us, please. Evernight. When entering combat, someone's every memo is supposed to be. It's only half of Evernight's max HP. Wow, that's I wasn't ready for that one. Okay, they nerfed it. Remnants whirling like rain. The ability automatically the target person enemy target has that Evernight attack deals item equal to 50% of Evie's max HP to one enemy. For every 4 points of Memoria Evernight currently has, further deals item equal to 10% of Evie's max HP. After you use, Evernight gets 1 point of Memoria. Okay, so that damage got buffed. That's nice. Now the question is, did they change the bigger skill? Because the bigger skill mattered more, because you got that more easily, I think. Oh, this is different. Evie is immune to crowd control, but has increased chance of being targeted, while Evernight is on the field. Increased damage dealt by Evernight Evie by 50%. And then you don't get, there's no more HP burn. Okay. So it just has to be Evernight, not Evie. Interesting. Alright. It's whatever. Alright. When someone restores HP equals 20% of Evernight's max HP to Evernight, and this unit immediately takes action, it now just takes action. So maybe this might be somewhere else, I hope. It's just kind of weird we just lose out on 20% max HP and restore, but okay. Upon disappearing, it regenerates 30 energy for Evernight and adds extra 20%. It's now changed to, upon disappearing, increase Evernight's speed by 10%. If the disappearance is due to the big skill, for each point of memory used in this attack, additionally increase Evernight's speed by 1%. The speed boost effect cannot stack and is removed at the start of Evernight's next turn. Okay. You're gonna have, I think it's 16. I think you need 16 to make it to do the max damage, at minimum. So that's about 26% speed. Wow, there's no cap to that. Are they sure? That's a really high number. This is better because it wasn't a guaranteed action advance. Now okay, I guess you are losing out on 30 energy, which is fair, but oh no, that's why, because the light cone gives energy, so that's like their partial reasoning. Okay, sure, I guess. Yeah, sure. Okay. That's a lot of speed though, because if you have E2, you can go up to like 80 Memoria. That's a lot of speed. Okay. When Evernight's Memoria is greater than or equal to 16 points, and Evernight is not the current. Yep, so this is the same thing. Alright. And Evernight is not the current, this ability can be used. For each one Memoria currently in possession, deals ice damage equal to 12% of enemy's max HP to the primary target, and ice damage equal to 6% of enemy's max HP to other enemy targets. After use, consumes all HP Memoria and enemy disappears. Okay. This is to counteract the fact that you're losing out on 50% of Evernight's max HP. I don't know how good that is, because again, it's 50%. So if you had like 9k HP on Evernight, instead of getting 9k HP and doing that much damage, you're only doing 4.5k. So I don't know how good that is. I mean, we can do the math, right? Well, let's pull up a calculator. Right? Let me just do this side here. So if you have like, let's just say you have 9,000 health, right? Before it would have done 450, let's just say 450, right? Not looking at anything else, right? Now it's 4,500 times 0.12. Okay, it's a little higher. I assume the lower that goes, the worse that becomes. But the higher, no, wait. Because if it's like 11k, then I think you lose out a good bit. Because then that becomes 5,500 times 0.12. Oh no, it goes up. Okay, then yeah, so I guess it does do more damage. Okay. Sure. If it does more damage, it's fine. I thought it was gonna do less damage, but it seems to do more damage, so okay. Alright, Day gently sleeps. Consumes so it consumes less HP. Debatable how you want to think about that. I think it's a little worse because Cast 3's benefit of you losing HP, but okay. It's not like the biggest HP loss in the world. And then 60% crit damage. Okay, never mind. And then I think it's pretty worth. And then yep, that's the same. The Memo Envy deals ice damage. Then Memo Envy deals ice damage equal to 200% of the max HP to allies. This is so okay. So technically speaking, I think this has less damage because 120. Because remember, Evie is taking half of your HP, right? So if you have 4,500, he would be doing 9,000, right? Oh, sorry, if you had 9,000, he'd be doing 9,000 damage because of this, because of 50%. Whereas this, it was a little bit more. But then again, they also not that crazy. During this, the damage received by enemies increased by... Okay, they increased by 4%. That's good. Alright. This is the same. We read this already. After you take a certain spell, gain effect technical skill with these armors and gains only 1 point Memoria. Interesting. Sure. Increase Evernight's crit rate by 35%. Extra 5%. Can't complain. Evernight generates 70 energy? Is that right? That's a lot of energy. And gains 1 Memoria. Evernight she gains a lot of energy. A lot of it. Honestly, it makes up for you losing out on some Memoria. Honestly. This is all base kit. This is all base kit, by the way. Okay. Increase the members boost effect for all ally member strikes by 515. Oh, okay. They're pushing you to run her on multiple. They're pushing you. They increased it by 10 to 50% for. Wow, that's big. Okay, yeah, they're pushing it more, so you run her with 3 or more remembrance. So they want you to run her with cast 3s and highest scene at least. Never mind, that's on the field. And then E6, this just goes up by 10%. Okay, that's good. All right, yeah, they buffed her. I think this is pretty good. You're losing out on some things, but I think everything else is made up for. I think it's good. I think these are good changes. All right, Dong Heng. I'd be so surprised he doesn't get nerfed. I'm going to be so real with you. If he doesn't get nerfed, we have a problem. All right. Yep. All right, there it is. 20% of Dong Heng's attack plus 320. That's not that crazy. Ultimate 10%. Okay, yeah, the ult got hella hit. Yeah, 10% of his attack was 160 for the shield from ult. Yeah, I was like, that's pretty high. Soul Dragon becomes hands that deals soul damage equal to 8% of Don Hung's attack, and one. Wait. Physical damage equal to 8%. Wait, so before it was when Soul Dragon takes action, trigger a follow-up attack that deals damage of the bomb mate's type equal to 8% of the bomb mate's attack to all enemies. Now it does physical damage equal to 8% of Don Hung's attack, and 1 instance of additional damage that is like the bomb mate's. Okay, so this is I think supposed to counteract the I believe the follow attack didn't hit multiple times, so I think it's supposed to go around that. I think I don't know. That's not like the worst thing in the world though, so I don't think it's fine. Talents, they nerfed it. Yeah, was not surprised at all. Oh, they changed some stuff. So when the battle begins, start combat. I believe it means the same thing. Da Hung's action is 25%. When bombing is attacked, Da Hung regenerates 5 energy and advances Soul Dragon's action by 50%. That was this trace. Yeah, they added to that. Okay, what's it now? When enhancing Soul Dragon's action, additionally deals 1 instance of additional damage, of course, corresponding type equals to 40% of bomb mate's attack to the enemy with the highest current HP. Alright, so a bit more damage. Debatable how you want to look at that, but that's good. I think it's a good buff. E1 increased by 3%. E2, I'm gonna have to quickly just like skim it. Oh no, it's different. Oh, they moved this. They moved this, I think. Yeah. Its damage multiplier increased by a value equal to 80% of the bomb's attack condition deals damage to the course type. Yeah, they moved this. Now it's here. When a hand dragon takes action, the additional damage dealt by a bomb mate is 200% of the damage, and the shield effect provides in this instance 200% of the original shield effect. So if you want the big 30% that you're missing out on, you gotta get E2. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, sure, I guess. E4 when the target chosen as bomb mate deals. Okay. Wait. Okay. Wow, they couldn't let the E4 go. They couldn't let the E4 go. Oh my god. They refused to have a good E4. When the target chosen as bomb mate deals damage, it goes 12% enemy target defense. That's actually not too bad. They said, fuck you, now you only reduce damage taken by the bomb mate by 20%. So it's bad. It now joins the trash E-Force, right? E6 when there's a bomb on the field, increased damage. So yeah, they moved it here. That's such a bitch. That's such a bitch move. The bomb mate will deal 1 instance of additional damage. Okay, okay. Okay. So the shield got hella hit, which is fair because there's no way that shield is lasting. They moved a lot of Eidolons around. However, they gave you some additional damage, and they kept a lot of his old stuff around. They just hella hit the shield, is the big thing. Okay. If I were to sum this up, I'm going to honestly say Evernight is now viable. I think now Evernight becomes more of a, okay, yeah, I can, like, this summon makes more sense now. It's good. Dong Hung got hit pretty hard. It now pushes for you to want the Lycon more. Because, like, this was low. I mean, now this, relic set will help him a bit more, because it gives him shield effect. So, there's that. But, man... I guess they severely, I can only assume they severely underestimated how good the shield would be for the character, right? Even without his light cone, they severely underestimated. So now they're pushing you to get the light cone. This is now you really need his light cone kind of deal. Okay. None of his other traits was touched, I believe. He still keeps the big ass attack. But yeah, the shield is no longer nearly as good. It's no longer that good. I mean, he's still a good character, I think, just like nowhere near as strong of a sustain without light cone than he was before. So there's that. They're pushing to get his light cone. That's what they're doing. They're like, hey, you should get his light cone. That's what this is. Okay. Does this matter? No, this is like very like iffy stuff that I don't really care for too much about. Okay. Overall, I think these changes are... So I got one... I mean, I expected both things to happen. I definitely think this Lycon getting the HP restore is interesting. Does it make up for the fact that he loses a lot of his shield? Not particularly, but it's not the worst thing ever, I guess. This has now been tailor-made for Dong Heng. Depends on how you look at it. You lost a skill point. You lose a skill point, but you get more damage off, I believe. Yeah, you just get more damage off of it. So there's that. I mean, it didn't really matter too much because it was. Oh no, wait, no. And then which were at the start of... Okay, never mind. So each subsequent wave, yeah. It was not really good if you were fighting like one wave or something. It was like you got the one skill point. It's like, all right, well now you only have the crit damage and it doesn't really matter too much. You're not getting too much value out of that. Now it's a bit more value. You're giving crit damage to all out of your shield. You have higher shield effects. Okay. I don't know how good this will be over just double attack percentage. We'll have to see. But this gives more damage just to everyone, crit damage specifically. It does hinder some teams, but it's not the worst thing ever, I guess. So, how you look at it, it sucks that we lost a skill point, but what can you do, right? This is just good overall. I'm surprised they even buffed this, just in general. Okay. Evernight gets a lot of energy now. Yeah, Dong Heng got hit pretty hard. I mean, it was to be expected. No free character was gonna be that good on release. Let's be real. Come on. Listen, we've had good free characters. It was not gonna be this, because if they kept him the way he was, he would actually been like on par. I think he would have been the best, like the second, maybe third best to stay in the game, right behind Hyacinth and arguably Linkshot, depends how you look at it. He's better than Adventuring, like just straight up, just better. So yeah. Well, he wasn't gonna last that long. I knew he wasn't, and there we go. All we can hope is that he doesn't get hit harder. I really don't. I hope he doesn't get hit any harder. I think the only thing that might change is they might lower this, but I don't know. So there's that. That'll be it for this video. I think overall the changes are fine, but we'll see what they do. Evernight is in the pretty solid state now. I think she could use like one more buff, but like a very small one. Dong Heng. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on how good he is without the Lycon. With the Lycon, I don't think much is going to change off this, because his Lycon gave a lot, so I think it's fine. I don't think the buff to Lycon is all that great, because, I mean, I don't see a need for it. Like, it's supposed to become the fact that your shield's much weaker now. It's supposed to be like, how good it will be, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so that'll be it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the characters, the new kits, version 3. And let's hope version 4 doesn't hit them any harder. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.